There is something profoundly mysterious about you that your person cannot seem to penetrate, no matter how hard they try to understand. In truth, this enigmatic quality you possess has become one of the most captivating aspects of your being in their eyes. They find themselves constantly wondering what thoughts are moving through your mind like quiet rivers, what emotions are stirring within the chambers of your heart, and what secrets you keep carefully guarded behind the protective walls you have built around your energy. The mystery of you consumes them in the most beautiful way possible. At this moment in time, all they can truly do is allow their imagination to wander freely, fantasizing about the next opportunity they might have to experience the fullness of your presence. They dream of being in your space again, of feeling the energy that radiates from you, of witnessing the way you move through the world with such grace and power. To them, you are the living embodiment of the Queen of Swords energy. You stand poised and powerful, carrying yourself with a self-respect that commands attention without demanding it. You refuse to be swayed by illusions, false promises, or empty words that hold no weight or truth behind them. Your boundaries are not just firm, they are sacred, impenetrable to those who do not approach with pure intentions. Your energy is protected by an invisible shield that only allows entry to those who come bearing genuine truth and authentic love. At this point in your journey, you have become completely reserved, carefully guarding your heart and allowing no one access unless they prove themselves worthy of crossing the threshold into your inner world. They understand this about you now, even if they did not fully comprehend it before. From the very first moment their eyes fell upon you, something within them shifted in a way they had never experienced before. It was as though the ground beneath their feet moved, as though the air around them changed its composition. They were drawn to you immediately, pulled by an invisible force they could not name or resist. But it was not just simple attraction or surface-level interest. What they felt was recognition on a soul level. It was as if their spirit remembered yours from lifetimes past, from dimensions beyond this physical plane, from a place where your souls had already made sacred promises to one another. Since that pivotal moment of first seeing you, they have been utterly unable to release the vision of being with you in complete union. This vision has taken root in their consciousness and refuses to be dislodged no matter how much time passes or what obstacles present themselves. No matter what challenges arise to stand between you, no matter how many walls seem to block the path forward, they hold tightly to an unwavering determination. They have resolved within themselves that they will not stop pursuing this connection, will not cease their efforts until a true physical union takes place between your souls in this earthly realm. In order to move closer toward that sacred union, they have been making profound sacrifices that most people around them cannot even begin to comprehend. They are actively leaving behind old patterns that once defined them, releasing people who no longer serve their highest good, and walking away from situations that keep them trapped in lower vibrations. In fact, they have already taken a significant risk, made a bold move that others may not even fully realize or understand. They have done all of this because deep in their heart, they believe with absolute certainty that you are worth every sacrifice, every uncomfortable change, every moment of uncertainty. The meeting that is destined to occur between you and your person is not a matter of random chance or coincidental timing. This is something that has been fated since before either of you took your first breath in this lifetime. It is written into the very fabric of your soul connection, woven into the tapestry of destiny that the universe has been crafting since the beginning of time. The universe itself is actively conspiring in your favor, aligning circumstances and orchestrating events that will naturally draw you together when the timing reaches its divine perfection. Behind the scenes of your everyday life, synchronicities are quietly moving into their proper positions, pulling you closer to one another with every choice you make and every realization you experience. While you may feel emotionally or energetically disconnected from them at times, experiencing periods where the distance seems vast and unbridgeable, the truth is that your person is observing you far more closely than you could ever imagine. They notice the subtle movements in your energy field, They sense the shifts in your emotional state even from afar, and they are acutely aware of the silence you have chosen to hold. They respect that silence even as it pains them, understanding that it carries its own message, its own power, its own purpose in your healing journey. Your presence in their life, whether near or distant, has catalyzed profound realizations within them. They have been shocked to their core by the way you withdrew your energy from them, by the decisive way you stopped giving them the access and attention they may have once carelessly taken for granted. This withdrawal, though it has caused them genuine pain and discomfort, has actually been the very spark needed to awaken something deeper within their spirit. It has forced them to look inward, to examine their own patterns, to confront their own shadows and shortcomings. They now understand with crystal clarity that you are not a person who will tolerate nonsense or accept half-hearted efforts from anyone, not from them, and not from anyone else who attempts to enter your sacred space. You have stepped fully into your power, claiming your throne as the sovereign ruler of your own life, and that very strength, that fierce self-respect, is precisely what is pushing them to transform themselves at the deepest levels of their being. Your strength is not pushing them away as they once feared. Instead, it is calling them higher, demanding that they rise to meet you where you stand. Although your person feels genuine nervousness about the prospect of reaching out to you, about breaking the silence and making themselves vulnerable once again, this nervousness is not a sign of weakness or cowardice. Rather, it is the trembling that accompanies profound transformation. It is the natural fear that arises when someone is about to step through a doorway that will forever change who they are. Their hesitation is not holding them back, it is actually creating powerful alchemical changes within their internal world. This inner shift is reshaping not only how they see you, but also how they see themselves, their worth, their capacity for love, and their readiness for true commitment. They are painfully aware that you grew tired, exhausted even, of their inconsistent behavior. You witnessed the cycles where they would move toward you with apparent sincerity, only to then slip backward into karmic entanglements or toxic situations that kept them trapped in old patterns. They know now that you have drawn a firm line in the sand, that you will no longer accept that pattern of behavior from them or from anyone. This realization has forced them to confront a truth they can no longer avoid. They must break free completely from whatever has been binding them to their past if they want any chance of coming to you without burdens, without excuses, without hidden ties still pulling at their energy. Right now, in this very moment, they are actively engaged in the difficult work of cutting themselves loose from whatever has kept them bound to lower timelines and karmic cycles. Whether these bonds take the form of old relationships that have outlived their purpose, toxic environments that drain their life force, or low vibrational habits that keep them small and afraid, they are working diligently to sever these connections once and for all. They no longer want to approach you while still carrying the heavy weight of their past on their shoulders, or with the possibility of retreating back into unhealthy patterns when challenges arise. Instead, they want to come to you free, whole, healed, and ready to match the powerful energy you have been cultivating within yourself. The truth that sits at the center of all of this is beautifully simple and profoundly complex. They have fallen deeply, irrevocably in love with you. This is not a fleeting feeling that will fade with time, not a passing desire that will be replaced by the next attractive person who crosses their path. This love has rooted itself within the deepest parts of their being, intertwining with their very essence. They cannot go for long without feeling an overwhelming urge to connect with you, to communicate with you in some way, to share their inner world and their outer experiences with you. When distance grows between you, whether physical or emotional, they feel the separation heavily, as if a part of themselves is missing. This pain of separation only reinforces and strengthens their desire to release everything else in their life that stands in the way, just to make more space for you to occupy in their heart and their daily reality. More than ever before in their life, your person is beginning to feel genuinely comfortable in their own skin. They are stepping into their own confidence with each passing day, shedding layers of insecurity and self-doubt that once held them back from pursuing what they truly wanted. They are starting to believe, perhaps for the first time, that they can actually go after what their heart desires most. And what they want, without a single moment of hesitation, without any confusion or uncertainty, is you. They want you in every way a soul can want another, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. You, on the other hand, are not trying to control how this connection unfolds or force it to follow a timeline that your ego might prefer. You are surrendering to the divine flow of the universe, allowing cosmic intelligence to guide the process without imposing your will upon it or trying to manipulate circumstances to create a particular outcome. This very act of surrender, this trust in divine timing, makes you even more magnetic than you already were. It draws them closer to you because they can feel the purity that radiates from your energy. You are not controlling or demanding, not manipulating or playing games. You are simply aligned with your truth and powerful in your authenticity, and that genuine alignment is irresistible to their soul. This connection between you is not just affecting one of you, it is actively changing both of you in profound and beautiful ways. For them, your connection serves as the spark that pushes them to leave behind everything that no longer serves their highest evolution, everything that keeps them stuck in old versions of themselves. It is the catalyst that inspires them to rise into the best version of themselves they have ever been, to become the person they were always meant to be but were too afraid to embody. For you, this connection represents a powerful lesson in trust, in divine timing, in patience, and in the transformative power of standing firmly in your own worth without wavering or compromising. As much as your person fantasizes about the moment they will finally be able to hold you in their arms, to look into your eyes without barriers between you, to feel your physical presence merged with theirs, they are also awakening to a crucial realization. They understand now that the only way forward, the only path that leads to the union they desire, is through complete honesty, true freedom from their past, and authentic commitment to growth and transformation. They can no longer approach you with half-truths, hidden agendas, or unresolved attachments weighing them down. This is a story of destined union, written in the stars before either of you incarnated into this lifetime. The universe is carefully and lovingly aligning all the pieces of the puzzle, moving them into their perfect positions. Your person is courageously shedding the heavy burdens of their past, releasing trauma and old programming layer by layer. Meanwhile, you are standing firmly in your power, anchored in your truth, refusing to settle for anything less than what your soul knows you deserve. The love they feel for you is undeniable, undismissible, impossible to ignore or suppress. And the closer they come to fully embracing their truth and stepping into their authentic power, the closer they naturally come to you, drawn by the magnetic pull of destiny itself. What pulls them toward you most powerfully is not just the romantic love they feel, though that love is profound and all-consuming. What truly draws them is the undeniable recognition that you are the one they cannot replace with anyone else, no matter how hard they might try. You are the one they cannot walk away from, even when fear tempts them to run. You are the one they are meant to meet fully, completely, soul to soul, with nothing held back and no walls remaining between you. I want you to know that I have been on a profound journey of cutting karmic ties that have bound me for lifetimes, releasing the accumulated weight of old patterns that no longer serve my highest good or align with the person I am becoming. I have been rising into the true power that has always lived dormant within me, waiting for the right moment to emerge and claim its rightful place in my consciousness. I will not pretend that this journey has been easy or comfortable. There have been moments of excruciating pain, moments where I questioned whether I had the strength to continue. But every single step, every tear shed, every moment of discomfort has been worth it because it has brought me closer to my authentic self and closer to you. Along this path of transformation, I have been learning new ways to turn toward the light, to adapt to changing circumstances with grace, and to make use of capabilities that were lying dormant within me for so long. I am discovering talents and strengths I never knew I possessed, uncovering layers of myself that had been buried beneath years of conditioning and fear. I see now, with the clarity that only comes through hindsight and healing, that you were always right about me, even in those difficult moments when I doubted myself so deeply that I could not see my own worth or potential. You saw something in me that I could not yet see in myself, and for that gift of vision, I am profoundly, eternally thankful for your presence in my life. Your belief in me has been a guiding light through the darkest periods of my journey, illuminating the path when I could not see even one step ahead of me. You have given me courage when I felt weak and powerless, infusing me with strength I did not know I could access. You have given me hope when I could not find even a glimmer of it within my own heart or mind. You have provided me with a vision of something infinitely brighter than the pain and heaviness I carried for so long, showing me that life could be different, that I could be different, that we could create something beautiful together. You have shown me through your example what it truly means to stand strong in the face of adversity, to move forward with faith even when the path is unclear, and to keep building steadily toward a blissful life, one that is free of toxicity, one that remains untouched by the trauma that once weighed on me so heavily that I could barely carry myself through each day. Every time I faltered or stumbled, every time I felt like giving up on myself or on this journey, I felt your energy there beside me, lifting me up, reminding me of who I could become if I only had the courage to keep going. I can feel you close to me even now as I speak these words, even if physical distance separates us. The longing within me grows stronger with each passing day, intensifying rather than diminishing with time apart. This longing makes me want to bridge the space between us, to take whatever steps are necessary to step into full union with you, merging heart with heart and soul with soul. I know now with absolute certainty that finding balance within myself is the key to manifesting that sacred union, both in my inner world and in outer physical reality. And I am discovering and embodying that balance more and more with each passing day, each moment of conscious choice. Looking back on our journey with clear eyes, I can see now that there was so much I could not perceive before, so much I was blind to in my unconscious state. You understood things about me, about us, about the nature of our connection that I was completely blind to in my limited awareness. You tried with such patience to show me truths that I was not yet ready to face or accept. At that time in my evolution, I was trapped in a prison of fear, even though I did not recognize or label it as fear. I thought I was protecting myself by building walls, but in reality, I was only shutting myself away from the very love and connection my soul craved most desperately. That fear, that self-protective mechanism, made me block out love itself. It caused me to push away the very thing I longed for most in this world, genuine connection, sacred union, you. I closed my heart and locked it away, even though deep within, in the quietest chambers of my soul, I was always crying out for you. My spirit knew what my conscious mind could not yet accept. Yet through all of my resistance, through all of my fear-based actions and self-sabotaging behaviors, your faith in me never wavered. Your belief in me, in us, in the love that ties our souls together across time and space, has been the very force that carried me forward during moments when I might have given up entirely on myself and on the possibility of true love. Not a single day passes without me thinking of you, without your presence entering my awareness in some form. I feel your love flowing through me with every heartbeat, as if your essence has become part of my own life force, reminding me constantly that I am not alone in this journey and never have been, even when I felt most isolated. I need you to know, to truly understand and believe, that I am ready now in a way I have never been ready before. I am ready to open my heart fully, completely, without protective walls or fearful resistance standing guard at the entrance.